Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. We had a great meeting last night, crosstalk meeting. Inside, every Tuesday night, we get to go into a treatment facility that's local to our area here, and we just have good, open, honest dialogue, honest conversations. It's not a formal, traditional meeting, nothing like that at all. We just literally walk in, sit down, and start talking. And last night, it's always wonderful, but last night was certainly no exception. So I just want to thank you guys for letting us come in. As I said last night, you guys keep us sober, and for that we're incredibly appreciative and thankful for that. So on the way home last night, I was thinking about something I'd shared with a gentleman in there just about a week ago, and it still rings true to me today. But I was explaining to how I had to fight two battles. Every day I had to fight two battles whenever I was in active addiction. Whenever I was actively drinking, the second I opened my eyes, every single day, I would open my eyes, and my very first thought was, where's my booze? How many bottles do I have stored in my house? Where do I have those bottles stored? Do I have enough to get me to my next pass out? Not to the end of the day, but to my next pass out. I had all these thoughts, going through my head, and those thoughts are what we would allude to as the mental obsession. Now, when I'd start thinking about those things, do I have enough? Oh shit, what happens if I don't have it stored here? My heart rate would increase. I would start feeling all this anxiety, all this pressure in my chest. My blood pressure would go sky high. I would start getting nervous and shaky and jittery. Those are the cravings, the physical cravings. And in the big book that's where Dr. Silkworth writes in The Doctor's Opinion, he's very clear about the two distinct things. There's the mental obsession, which is where I'm thinking about it. And then there's the physical craving. And in that physical craving, he specifically says, and I agree with 100%, I can't have the phenomenon of craving without taking that first drink. So because I had taken that drink the night before, or before I passed out, because I still had that alcohol in my system, it was still triggering the phenomenon of craving. In other words, it was triggering and manifesting the symptoms of my allergy, as he writes. And so because I had the alcohol in my system, what was happening was it was creating the elevated heart rate, the elevated blood pressure, the headaches, the shakes, the nervousness, the anxiety, the jitteriness. It was creating these symptoms. And I would notice these symptoms, and I'd start thinking about my alcoholism even more. Oh shit, I gotta find a bottle now. Or oh shit, I gotta run out to the liquor store. And so that phenomenon of craving would feed into that mental obsession where I'm always thinking about it, always thinking about it. How many times, when you were in active addiction, how many times were you looking for a drug or looking for a drink, and then you were trying to do something completely unrelated to your addiction, maybe your job, you're trying to work on something at work, and the whole time you're doing something at work, all you're doing is thinking about your drug, thinking about your drink, thinking about where you're going to get it from, how you're going to get it, where it's at. And so that's what I talk about whenever I'm talking about the two battles at one time. See, we're fighting two battles at one time. Even now, every day when I wake up, I still have to fight two battles at one time. But I've learned how to even the odds. I've learned how to even the odds because, as I say every morning on these monologues, if I don't take that first drink, I can't get drunk. I just can't get drunk. And so if I don't take that first drink, I'm not going to have that phenomenon of craving. I won't have that anxiety and nervousness and jitteriness that I remember all too well, I assure you. I'm not going to have those things if I don't put that first one in me. And so that completely removes that second battle. Matter of fact, the second battle that kind of helps the first battle. And that way I can focus all my effort, attention, and energy on fighting that first battle, which is the obsession of the mind. Those subtle, seemingly insignificant thoughts that creep into our mind throughout the day. They creep into our mind throughout the day. See, I think, as I was alluding to just a second ago, I think when we're in active addiction, when we're actively, trying to hurt ourselves, I think the phenomenon of craving feeds into and helps the others team, if you will, in that secondary battle and with the obsession of the mind. I firmly believe that. But if I don't take that first drink, then I can't get drunk. And if I don't take that first drink, then that takes ammunition away from the bad guy in this other battle that I'm fighting, that mental obsession. And so over time, if I keep refusing to put that first one in me, over time, that bad guy in that obsession battle Well, he starts losing his ammunition. He starts running out of ammunition. He starts running out of fight. And he's still there. He's always there. But I tell you what, the one thing I've learned in my limited amount of sobriety that I've accumulated, is if I don't put that first one in me, I don't get drunk. And I no longer have to fight 2 battles. I only have to fight 1. And it's a lot easier to set and control my thoughts whenever I don't have the influence of alcohol in my system, when I don't have, the anxiety and the nervousness and the jitteriness that I experience, the elevated blood pressure and heart rate and shallow breathing. It's a lot easier for me to face and fight that 1 battle as opposed to fighting 2 battles on every single day. So I want to encourage you today, as I say every single time I do these monologues, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink. If you don't put that first one in you, you even the odds. The odds are now in your favor. You now have a perfectly even shot at winning that battle every day. And the more days you go fighting that battle, the more days you go without putting that first one in you, well, the weaker and weaker your opponent gets, that mental obsession gets, and the stronger and stronger that you get, and you're able to face that battle as you progress throughout your sobriety. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed on these monologues, feel free to email it directly to me, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.